You as we are getting ready here for this third and final period. It's a 3-1 lead for the Cougars over the Blackbirds, guys. Second period, much better from the Cougars.
Yeah, they had their offense going on that one. Great passes, great opportunities, shots on net. It's what you wanted to see.
It's not very complicated. Look at they outshot the Blackbirds 15-4 in that period. So they dominated pretty much the entire period from start to finish.
The couple of shots the Blackbirds did get, though, were in close and good opportunities, but Jesse Hayes was the difference.
Yeah, Hayes is playing fantastic again today. We talked about it at the last intermission. If he's not playing as well as he is, then it could be a 3-3 game, if not a lead for Illiana. But on the other end, if Jones isn't playing the way he is, then it could be a blowout that way. But here's Hayes with a few good saves here. There's the first one. Good second save, and this one right here is the one that's the most impressive. Has the know-all to stick his pad out and make that save there. And then goes after the puck here for the whistle.
That to me right there, when he just dives out, he knows that he's got to do that. Otherwise, he probably doesn't have a shot to even make another save. He lost his stick, I think, after the third save.
Yeah, and you could see that he was on his left foot on that one, so he was already all the way over. So his only opportunity there was to reach out and kind of sprawl out for the puck there. Otherwise, he's outside of the net, and there's no way he's getting back to that puck.
So moving on here, third period, what has to happen for the Cougars to maybe get out of this dreadful 2-goal lead that nobody ever wants to have in hockey? Maybe make it a 3-goal lead. What has to happen?
Really, just keep doing what they were doing in the second period. We talked about how they played the second period. First of all, stay out of the box, because I think that had much to do with the slow-ish start in the first period than anything. So just stay out of box, continue to keep the strong zone exits coming out of your zone, take care of the puck, and go from there. You got to figure the Blackbirds, like we talked about, playing their third game in 3 nights. They're going to be wearing down. So get on the body a little bit, get pucks in deep, and just keep doing what you've been doing, really.
Play physical. If you play physical on these guys in the third period, you're going to wear them down. That's just what you have to do. Play smart, but play physical. Put some bodies on them. If you have an opportunity to finish your check, finish your check.
Now, conversely, for the Illiana Blackbirds, what do they need to do to try and get out of this 2-goal hole?
If I'm Illiana right now, the first thing I'm trying to do is frustrate the Cougars in any way possible. Try to get them to make a stupid mistake. Try to make them take a penalty that they don't need to take. If you can do that, get on the power play, get something going on there. Even if you just create momentum, that's something that you could do. Outside of that, you got to get pucks on net. 14 shots is going to cut it, especially when Hayes is playing as well as he is.
Yeah, I think a big key for them will be to find a goal early in the period. If they can find a goal, all of a sudden they'll get a second and third wind, and they can go from there.
And especially since this is a team that they've played so much recently, you know that there's that drive there that you want to beat them. And if you can reach down deep inside and know that you want to take another win from the Cougars, then that's what you got to go with.
And taking wins from them really hurts the Cougars standing-wise, and obviously for Illiana, for them in the standings, they're still trying to move up a couple more spots and get in maybe a playoff spot and have an opportunity to push for something, because they've been playing well here towards the end. I mean, splitting with the Dells Ducks, they really haven't lost too many games for the Dells Ducks. Most of their losses have been to the Cougars.
Yeah, and knowing that, you just split with the Cougars last weekend, you split with the Ducks this weekend, and you have an opportunity to come out and maybe, if you play really well here in the third period, still another one, that's huge momentum for your team.
And TJ mentioned in the second period, their prime scoring chances have come when they've came through the middle of the ice. Their first goal came from behind the net, which was a pass right out in front, right in the middle of the ice. So they need to find a way to maybe get the Cougars out wide and then attack the middle of the ice.
Now, for a player who stands out the most for Illiana, I think it has to be Darian Jones, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is the number one reason that they are playing as well as they are. I mean, as much as in the game as they are still, because he's made the save on Nickerson there in the second period where he stacked the pads and got the glove up there too was unbelievable.
Yeah, you look at the scoreboard, it's 3-1 without Darian Jones. It could easily be 4-1, 5-1. And at that point, you're kind of just playing out the string.
Now, Cougars, I think there's multiple guys you can pick, but who stood out for you the most going on here into this third period?
It's got to be Anthony Sven. 2 goals, him and Nickerson together. I mean, as Coach mentioned at the intermission interview, those two are just playing on a different level. You get those two guys out in the offensive zone, and they make magic happen.
I'd have to say the goaltender, Hayes there. I mean, the way that he's playing, he's playing really well. You could obviously go with Anthony Zen on that one easily, but it's an easy decision to go with Hayes.
It definitely is, and in the Cougars' goal-tending situation, it's a very big competition between him and Gillis for the 2 main spots. They also get a lot of time for their third goalie in Max Bart. He's a little bit newer to the team, though, but he hasn't been a bad goalie either for them, so they have a very good competition at their goalie spot.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have. If you're any coach wants to have that problem, any team wants to have that problem. One, because it gives your goaltenders drive. Two, because it's never bad to have 2 or 3 goalies that are really good.
Especially when you're playing in a league where you play it 3 nights in a row like the Blackbirds are. It's nice to have a goalie so you're not having your one goalie who's fatigued.
Definitely is. Both teams have made their way out on the ice. Now we're getting ready here in just a second for that third period puck drop. I wanted to mention Cody Rayback, too. He's always impressive as well when you talk about the third guy on that line. I don't think we've given him enough love. There's that play he made on the power play where he fights through a check along the half boards and then sends a pass, the pass that made for the one-timer that ends up being saved on the Nickerson shots.
No, and he has played really well. Rayback he's played a fantastic game here. Sometimes it's easy to get, not easy to get lost, but sometimes you do get lost when you're playing on a line with such a two high-powered guys. But they definitely need him on that line because he's playing fantastic.
Cougars won the face-off. Olsen pushes it into the Blackbirds zone where the Blackbirds look to start back up ice. Pass off the boards diagonally up and dumped down in by Austin Ehlers as it's touched up by Jesse Hayes for the Cougars as they try to start back up ice. Just gets past Cody Rayback. Puck a little bit on edge here. Gets up to the right point for Maynard, who tries to hammer it down low. Does get through a player and down into that right wing corner. Blackbird still with control of it. Pulling it off the boards was Ruskov. Ends up turning it over. Nice backhander that gets over onto Savane's stick as it's a 2-on-0. Back to Rayback as he takes a shot there and he missed the net wide. I think the direction finder was off a little bit there, but it was going to be a save either way with the blocker side as this one back into the zone comes right back to Rayback as he looks for a pass to the near side. Good defense, stops it and slows things down. Cougars making a few changes.
Zavane and Rayback in 2-on-0. You got to think that's not an opportunity they're going to not score on too many times.
Yeah, and you could tell that Zavane, when he made that pass, was looking for that puck back door.
Cougars with control of it at neutral ice is getting tripped up as he was bringing it into the zone was Butera. Easy call for the official there on the trip. So power play for the Cougars.
You asked about how the Cougars could put the Blackbirds away. This is your opportunity. You get a goal here, you kind of get onto that 2-goal lead, and then you go from there. But I believe here what we're going to see is the trip. He's just coming into the zone here, gets the puck.
He was creating an opportunity, too, if he doesn't get tripped up because he had gotten between a couple of players.
Yeah, and you could just see, stick gets caught in the skates.
Cougars lost the faceoff, but get control of it along the right wing corner boards, and then Olsen not able to play the puck because the linesman was in the way, so he has to retrieve it from his own end. Sends it in behind the net to Hunter Schiffman, who has to send it back to Olsen. That's just misfortune there for them.
Yeah, I mean, the ref's got to be better than that. He should know that he has to get out of the way there.
Bringing it in here as the second unit starts off this power play as it goes over to the right wing half boards, up to the right point to Olsen. Back along the right wing half boards over to Watson as he goes towards Lomberg. As Lomberg gives it off to Van Dyke. Van Dyke towards Watson. Now Lomberg will come in and help out top of the right circle as he takes it in behind the net. Circling around, pass into the slot. Unfortunately for him, Mike Watson is not a lefty. Otherwise, that's probably a shot and goal opportunity as this goes in off the end boards. Van Dyke not able to get to the puck, but holding in as he pinches in does Hunter Schiffman as he goes down to the ice, but helping him out was Van Dyke. Left wing corner again under the minute mark now as Schiffman put a hit on to try and take the puck back, but it gets all the way to Jesse Hayes.
For this next unit, I'd like to see a little bit more puck movement there. You saw a lot of stick handling, a lot of players standing still. Get that movement in, get that puck movement, because if you do that, then you open up the defense.
Puck is under Van Dyke somewhere, who is down on the ice, and they blow this one dead, so they'll put the face-off outside of the zone here with about 40 seconds left to go, 41 seconds on it, as we get to see the replay here of how that one, when the guy stops it and no one can see the puck, that's what's going to happen.
And before that, you saw another long stretch pass. We talked about quick transitions on the power play, and you want to have those to force quick changes for Illiana or force no changes for them.
As Palermo tried to hold that one in at the blue line, bounced over him as the Blackbirds are able to dump it right back down as a little bit of trouble entering here for the Cougars, locking in with it behind his own net. Comes out along the left wing, pass to the right wing as it hits off of the stick of the player there, as it's taken back by the Cougars on Palermo's stick. Bouncing puck, Letmansky holding it in at the left point. Letmansky trying to get it deep, but it hits off of a player who was cutting in front in Kaprikov, and then we have a whistle here, hand up into the air. Slash is the call. See who it goes against.
Looks like Illiana is going to the box again here. Huge opportunity for the Cougars, 5-on-3.
8 seconds, 5-on-3. So if you're the Cougars, you really want to win that face-off, get set up down low, and see if you can make good things happen.
Austin Ehlers was the one who was called for it as he goes into the box. So 5-on-3, like you said, for 8 seconds.
They've done this earlier. Look for the high tip again off the face-off. Face-off win, D to D, high tip through the slot.
They do have their top line out there as well, as they are sort of the third unit here to come out. As this one gets up to the left point to Schiffman, back into the right circle, trying to go into the slot for Nickerson, who was open. Good defense out in front, and then it goes right into the Blackbirds bench. This should be a face-off inside the zone.
Yeah, it looked like that one was just, he was trying to, they knew what they wanted to do on that play. He just didn't really look up there for that centering pass.
Nice play by the Blackbird D-man, Modrosek.
I think he did it quick because I think he knew it too. He probably didn't have enough time if he did look up. Right wing circles. The pass wasn't quite on, if I remember right. Yeah. So either way, they win the face-off and control. They do have 5-on-4 still. As this gets Zvane top of the right circle. Holds it, sends it up to Olsen at the point. Back to Zvane, right circle, down inside as there's a quick shot from Nickerson on the one-timer from Rayback. Comes back to Nickerson in behind the net. Gives it off to Rayback, who tried to send it off the goaltender and Jones. As it gets back to Nickerson, who pulls it up to the point and then sends it back down low for his team to set back up. Olsen over to Nickerson, whiffs on it a little bit, but gets it down deep into the left wing corner where Schiffman pins a player up to allow for Nickerson to take it back as he gets upended there. No call as this one goes back over to the far side. It probably could have been a trip. Luckily for the Blackbirds, it wasn't called.
On the scoring attempt by Nickerson down low, it was another good play by Modrosek. He just got enough stick on it to cause the puck to go wide.
Center ice, dumping it in was Olsen as he will go off for a change. He's looking at a different defenseman out there. Hunter Schiffman holding this one in along the left wing half boards. Gets it to Zvane. Can't quite get it to Mike Watson as it's back out into the neutral zone and back on the Blackbirds stick. Starovich now, high slot shot. Jesse Hayes makes the save. Batted out of the air by Lockinen as he picks it up along the right wing and skates up. Makes a move right at the blue line and then just sends it off of Zvane and into the zone as the Cougars now can complete a change. A little bit of trouble here as this power play down to 27 seconds now.
Yeah, and not quite as impressive of the second half of that power play there. A few good opportunities early, but after that it slowed down a little bit.
In behind the net, Blackbirds killing off a little bit more time as it's down to about 10 seconds. As the pass comes into the middle and now to the near side towards Sullivan. Sullivan, nice little move to get it around one player as he'll let Watson go try and chase after the puck. Nice between the legs pass by Van Dyke as that keeps the puck in the zone for the Cougars. Lomberg lost the puck but got a little bit of help from Van Dyke, who sent it back down low. As this one bounced off the far boards, Blackbirds taking it back. Good work by the stick of one of the players there for the Cougars. I think it was Mike Watson. As this one sent back out by the Blackbirds as they have a bit of a 2-on-2 here. Trying to go around Olsen, who seals him to the outside, but a pass into the slot. Save made by Hayes on the opportunity in the middle.
I think that pass got there a little lucky. He was just looked like the puck was just trying to get thrown to the middle of the ice, thrown towards that net, and it just happened to sneak through a couple players.
Vifia with the good opportunity that came off, but Hayes was ready for it as this comes over to Van Dyke along the near half boards. Van Dyke trying to find a place off, trying to take it off the boards too. It's kind of stuck there like Velcro before the Blackbirds came in and were able to get it. Maynard along the right wing.
We talked about how the Blackbirds could get back into this game. They got 2 good kills. They got a decent scoring opportunity there. Like I said, they just got to be able to find a goal and they'll be right back in it.
Maynard able to dump it down in for his team to chase after, and they made some changes on the back end. Palermo gets it in the left wing corner, takes it behind the net, looking for a place to go with it, passes it to the near side. Jess gets out into the neutral zone where the Blackbirds try to take it back. They're able to dump it right back in where it comes to Beltrame. Beltrame behind his own net, took a funny bounce off of the boards. It's in the blue paint, comes right back to the Cougars. That could have been something, but nobody was there for the Blackbirds as it gets back out into the neutral zone. Not the greatest pass off the boards.
No, it looked like it took a little funny of a hop as well to bounce straight back out in front like that, but he also got away with a trip there in front, it looked like.
These are very active boards here at the Sears Center as well. You got to be aware for anything going off the boards.
Right, bottom of the right circle, Cougars take the puck back in their own end. Along the near side, Hauke makes a pass that at least gets across the blue line before it's taken back by Ruskov as he throws it to the left wing corner.
Little pressure by Illiana here. They're producing a forecheck which is what the Cougars do not want to have established.
Palermo uses the glass to get it out, and it actually hits off the back of Zvane as his team tries to get back control as it comes towards Palermo. As the two players go down, hand up into the air. We're going to have a penalty.
Cougars.
Yep, on the Cougars as they touch the puck up, and we'll see what the call ends up being.
That's a play where you can go either way with that one. It just looks like the Illiana player as a forward, you're kind of taught to know how to sell that play when you're going for a puck, to not really dive on it, but you can see they just tie up a little bit. And if you swoop down and kind of get underneath there, if you go back, you're going to get the call most of the time.
That's exactly what he did.
This is a huge 2 minutes coming up for both teams. Could be the difference in the game right here.
Left wing circle, face-off, power play opportunity for the Blackbirds. They have not been successful on any of the ones that they've had yet. Cougars able to clear this one down as it goes right to Lockinen, who sends it to the right wing corner. Very good killer for this team is Lockinen.
Yeah, and you could just tell he's on pucks all the time. Pucks get out every time they touch his stick.
Skating up through the middle of the ice was Verstich as he almost turned the puck over. Schiffman pushing it towards the right wing corner, back in behind as there's a shot from a sharp angle. Hayes with the save on the shot from Jones as this one comes back to the near boards and sent back down low by Verstich. Left wing corner, Schiffman going in there, gets taken away from the puck on a hit. Back in off the end board, Sterovich grabs it out of the air, tried to center a pass, hits off of a player in Colton Jones, and the Cougars are able to clear it back down here. Minute 15 left on the power play, or minute 12 left on the power play, 11:32 in the period, 3-1 Cougars.
It'd be very easy for us standing up here to say that Illiana just needs to calm down on their power play, set something up and get pucks to the net, but the Cougars are not allowing them to do any of that. They are all over them, physical hockey on the penalty kill, which you don't see very often.
And then whenever they do get a shot, the Cougars' best penalty killer has been their goaltender.
As that one was cleared out by the Cougars. That was Jesper Lomberg who clears it out. Multiple players for the Cougars, too, that they can put out on their kill. They don't just put out their top-line guys. They put 2, 3, 4-line guys out there at times, too, as they're able to kill. As you had a player go down a little bit slow to get up, as Sullivan was the one who I think delivered a hit and took a little bit of it himself as the shot went over the net there into the left wing corner. For the Blackbirds up at the point. Is there a move around one? There's the trying to get a shot off.
What a poke check.
But the poke by Jesse Hayes, and he
well.
covers it up. Austin Ehlers is the one who is inside trying to create the opportunity. Got to see that one again. Wow.
Great play on both ends.
Yeah, good move to the net here. You see he gets the stick there, and then Hayes just pokes that out of there. And then not only that, but he ends up corralling the puck after it comes back to him here.
He got back up to his feet so quick, too, to be able to get back into the butterfly and make a save.
Very impressed with the way that Jesse has been playing this game.
Right wing circle face-off, one to the near half boards.
High stick coming up here for the Cougars.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens here. They let them touch the puck. There will be 10 seconds of 5-on-3 carry over with that extra penalty. So a little bit of time, but not a whole lot. You have to win the face-off, too, if you want to even try to take advantage.
Very similar situation to what the Cougars just had down at the other end. Short time with the 5-on-3. You really want to win the draw and get something set up after it was a clear high stick. It was a good call.
And I promise to not say good things about Lockinen again because now he's the one who got the high stick and goes into the box.
Yeah.
So maybe,
well, I mean, sometimes things like that happen. You're going for a puck and you just happen to miss it, or you get your stick lifted a little bit and your stick gets up. Nothing was intentional on that one.
The dreaded announcer jinx strikes again.
Right wing half boards up to the right point to Maynard as he toes the line here towards the right half boards. Player comes out. We're back to 5-on-4 hockey as it's Palermo as he comes inside. Back up to the right point here. Poya with the puck as he looks for a place to go. Goes along the right wing half boards to Kaprikov as he gets up towards the point.
Play.
Nice stick by Gavin Nickerson and knock it into the neutral zone. That's some good hand-eye coordination there. Quickly bringing it back forward, though, are the Blackbirds. Ehlers in the right circle sends a shot. Jesse Hayes with the right pad save. Maybe caught him by a little surprise there. And it came into a bad spot on the rebound, but he makes the save.
I think he was shooting for a rebound here, but as TJ mentioned before, the Blackbirds player skated by the net. He did a flyby instead of stopping in front of the net. Would have had a prime scoring opportunity if he just stopped.
Jesse Hayes wrists this one around in the near side, trying to help out his killers, at least give it to an area where they can try and battle for it, but Ehlers wins the puck battle. Backhands one towards the slot, can't get it inside for Kaprikov. Kaprikov with it now behind the net. That's where they had the most success on their power play earlier on as Kaprikov gets tied up. Now into the right wing corner, couple of Cougars players as they try to win it, end up losing his footing was Kropp as there's a shot from the point that hits off the glass and goes in behind the net.
Yeah, if Illiana has any chance to get back in this game, they need to produce more shots.
And good awareness by the player in Palermo as he saw there was no one on that near side and used the glass to send it out. Just slapping that one away was Olsen, keeping the Blackbirds out of the zone. Still have 26 seconds left of power play time. Ehlers with it in the right wing corner. Behind the back pass to himself and then drops it off for the player for the Blackbirds and then goes cross ice towards Starovich as it gets poked away by, I think that's Hunter Schiffman, who's trying to race out in front. Gets out in front, gets it onto his forehand, takes a shot. Jones with the save. Rebound opportunity by Svein, and it's held in somewhere in the pads of Darian Jones. What work, though, by Schiffman. Wow.
That's just a battle. That's heart. That's the desire to win. That's seeing that you and an opponent are together and you have the audacity or the tenacity, to beat him to that puck, and that's exactly what he did on that play.
How about the goalies on both ends in these games, too? Tremendous saves by both goaltenders.
Darian Jones on the second opportunity. The one for Schiffman was really close in, but Svein's, that's prime real estate.
Especially with a player who has such scoring potential like Svein does.
Yeah, doesn't have the hat trick yet, but he's been trying to get it as this comes to the near side for the Cougars. Passing it off the near boards was Lomberg as that one hits off and bounces in for a shot and a goal. Lomberg makes it 4-1
Makes
Cougars.
up for that penalty there, doesn't he?
Definitely
So
does.
much for the announcer jinx.
Yeah, no, that's just a good play there. Again, sticking with the puck, sticking with the play. He gets a bounce that ends up going off him, propels towards the net. He picks it up and then just puts it right underneath the blocker of Jones.
As we'll see on the replay here, this is good hard work. Maybe a little bit of puck luck there, but you make your own luck when you work hard, and that was example A of it.
Yeah, you can see there, just goes. It looks like it actually goes above his blocker on that one.
Yeah, just on that blocker side. This is where he's been beaten the most by the Cougars.
Yeah, here you go. Again, nice forecheck, getting the puck, and then when you force when you're the first forecheck, you got to force him to where your team is, and he did. You can see the puck goes right off of who was that there?
Zatera was in there as well. Those were the two guys, Zatera and Lomberg. Lomberg gets the goal, but Zatera was helping him out there in the middle as both of the forwards were working. So tough to tell on that line. They're all about the same height as there's a shot that's blockered away from Lockinen, shot by Jones. Is this in off the end boards? There's a chance almost for Butera as this gets up towards the point. Just not held in. I thought Palermo maybe did, but it gets across the line. So it'll be a face-off in the near dot. 8:22 left to go here in the third period. 4-1 Cougars. Back to what I was trying to say, though. They all have twos on that line. So you got to kind of look to see which one it is. Got to wait for them to turn.
Yeah, no, it's definitely when you're watching them, and like you said, they're all the same size, and they're all similar styles.
Now, with 8 minutes to go on a 3-goal lead for the Cougars, you just want to play smart at this point. Don't take any unnecessary penalties. Don't take any unnecessary risk, and try to get out of here with a W.
Fahey has it and backhands this one to the right wing corner. Slowing it down will be Heise. Gives it for Lockinen. Lockinen over to Rayback in the near half boards. It looked like Fahey was going to be able to hold it on, but it gets past him. Nickerson racing down after the puck. Tries to avoid the check, can't quite do it as the Blackbirds take the puck back. Using the glass to try and send it out. Bouncing puck across the line and then quickly pushed right back in by Lockinen, one of the goal scorers for the Cougars here tonight. Puck goes over to the far side. Back at center ice. Cougars take it back. It's Svein. Lost it into his feet. It goes right to our goalie. A goalie centering a pass. There's Heise had to make a save as it bounced off of a Cougars players. He got the blocker up there and maybe it got a piece of the stick too. Keeps it at 4-1.
Yeah, no, I understand what Lockinen was doing there, trying to get the puck out of there, but that's one of the situations where since it's coming that slowly on your goalie, you just leave that one alone. Let him pick that up. Because when he tipped that puck, all it did was create an extra opportunity for Illiana there.
Redirected it on his own goalie, too.
Trying to get a point. Got to get a point any way you can. Get on the score sheet, right?
The old Ricky Davis plan. Throw it up on your own net and grab your rebound.
Trying to get his second point if he was doing that as Olsen has it at center ice. Pass over along the right wing to Sullivan. Whiffed on it a little bit as he was trying to make that pass forward. Right at the blue line comes back for the Cougars. As along the right wing, they're able to push that one in. Gets to
Nice
Butera
pass.
as there's a backhanded shot. Butera trying to stuff it in as he gets taken out in front. Extracurriculars going on inside. I think Lockinen, one of the guys, or actually I think that's Watson in there, and Lockinen out there as well.
You know, Butera made a good play there. He went to the net, and he's going to get a penalty here, it looks like. But if you watch the replay on this one, he actually dives when he gets in there. He gets out of the way of all the contact, but he does go to the net and try to pick up a rebound here. And you can see puck goes on net here. there is a rebound. He takes a hack at that, gets cross-checked from behind, and then you can see him getting out of the way there.
They called him for, I think, roughing.
Yeah, extracurricular stuff after the whistle.
Stuff, so I didn't see anything. Maybe when he stood up.
The guy I thought would maybe get called, I thought was the player in front. I think that was Mike Watson. He kind of delivered something there towards the end, just trying to shove the player out of the way. But sometimes they mix up who's who.
Yeah, it's one of those calls. It's discretionary to the refs. It's one of those ones where they're going to make a call and then they're going to stand by it.
Especially late in the game, they might want to be stopping any extracurricular stuff before it starts.
If the Blackbirds want to try and come back, though, they need to get a goal on this power play, as they have it in the zone right now along the left wing half boards. Both teams vie for control, able to dig it out, and at least not able to get it out. It looked like he was going to, was Kropp, turned it over. As there's a quick shot from the top of the right circle from Jones, but a good job playing defense in front by Locken, and blocked it with his leg and then shot it out.
Really nice block by Locken and sacrificing the body there and then clearing it himself.
Pass in behind the net goes to Fiandanca as he starts off along the right wing through his own end. Pass over to the far side, just tipped forward. That pass a little bit off on their breakout, slows things down, allows for Hunter Schiffman to take the puck back and dump it right back into the zone of the Blackbirds as we hit the minute and 12 mark here of the power play.
I would be surprised if I didn't see Illiana start sending their D to the net more. You saw it in the last penalty kill. They were trying to drop that wide defenseman down towards the net. I'd be surprised if you don't see that more and more here.
As this one quickly thrown back in by the Cougars by their defenseman in Olsen, as he was able to send it right back down. However, another turnover from the Blackbirds. Try to make a pass along the left wing, goes right to Olsen again, tries to use the near side, whiffed on it, kind of went off the heel of his stick, so he didn't get everything on it. As there's a shot from the player coming in and making a save through traffic was Jesse Hayes, and then he drops on top of it the player who had just come on, and Philip Moderchak.
Yeah, and that puck tipped off Lonberg there and made a redirection for Hayes there, but he was trying to make a block there, and it's a good play by the forward there.
Good play by their goalie, too, to stay with the puck that kind of changed directions on him. Left wing circle face off here in just a second. And one of the questions I have for you guys is, when you're down by 3 goals, you've got to pull your goalie a lot sooner than you normally would. When do you do that?
I actually saw Patrick Waugh pulled his goalie with 11 minutes left tonight. So
Patrick Waugh is a prime example of sometimes what not to do, but he is Patrick Waugh for a reason. But I would think probably around like the 3-minute mark here, you would probably be looking to pull your goalie in a situation like this.
You could have made an argument to do it on the power play, to be honest with you. Obviously, they didn't go that route, but
we'll see if Reed Simpson has a little bit of Patrick Waugh in him if he decides to pull him a little bit earlier than that. But we'll have to wait and see, as along the left wing, bringing in and getting taken out was Poya, but his team battling for control of the puck. It gets in towards the slot. Player just came out of the box in Butera. He chases after it into the right corner. Gets out in front, sends a shot forward, but he missed the net wide as he gets taken out after his shot. Gets right back up and goes to the slot as there's a shot from Palermo. Butera battling there as he gets tied up. That could have been called something there, as he was definitely held. Locking and circling around, lost the puck off of his stick back into the left wing corner, where Palermo comes back and sends it to the near side.
Really good kill by the Cougars there, considering the situation. You don't want to let the Blackbirds back into the game, and they made sure they shut down the power play for the Blackbirds.
Along those near boards, the Blackbirds push it into the zone. Top of the right circle shot. Jesse Hayes makes the save from the shot from Nicholas Marcuselli.
With some of the stops that Hayes has made tonight, that's a walk in the park for him right there with no traffic out in front.
Yeah, and you were talking about Reed Simpson pulling his goalie and when he should do that. One of the things you have to look at as a coach is how your team is playing. Are you at least getting opportunities? Are you staying in the zone? And even you can see it on the power play that they just had. They're not staying in the zone at all. It's just ins and outs. And I mean, yeah, you have nothing to lose really when you pull your goalie, but you also want to make sure that you're getting an opportunity.
You're also coming off of 2 games in a row, and now this is your 3rd one. So I think maybe the decision is to how hard do you how much pressure do you put on your own guys?
It's a 3-goal deficit as well. So at this point, you also have to ask, is it even worth it?
As that ended up going out across the blue line, offside. So we'll put the puck into the near dot. If you see him take a timeout, it'd probably be soon if he decides he wants to do it, right?
I was actually surprised he didn't take the timeout when he had the 5-on-3 opportunity. But if you don't see him take it soon, he's probably not going to take it at all.
Pass from Lockinen goes into the middle onto the stick of Peters into the right circle. He lost it as it's back for the Blackbirds. Breakout pass gets into the neutral zone, but right to the defense of the Cougars, where Lockinen will loft it right back into the right wing corner. So in behind, Vestich to the right wing. Gives it off for Marcuselli. Marcuselli dumping it down towards the left wing corner. This comes to the near side towards Letmansky. Letmansky over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke turns it over right onto the stick of Ercole. Ercole gets pinned up there. Frees it back up for the Cougars. Van Dyke pass over to the right wing to Locken, who gave it right back towards Van Dyke. Hit off of his stick and then goes over to his player on that far side. As there's a turnover, gets to Letmansky. Feeds it in for Kropp. Kropp trying to make a move around one. Actually, it's Zavain who had just come on. As Sullivan with a good keep there into the bottom of the left circle. Avoids a check. Puck comes to in the left wing half boards. As he sends it back, actually ended up losing it there. As Heise will have to come out and play it up to the left point, where it's Vestich who had it for a moment before the Cougars take it back. Almost a bouncing puck that went towards Bafia, but he could not get an opportunity.
Looks like Mike Sullivan was a little slow to get up there. Looks like he took a shot to the back of the knee.
As there's a shot that got through, but Jesse Heise made the save and dropped the glove on top. There was some traffic in front, but he saw the initial shot and was able to get the save on it. We'll see if we can get a better look at it here. 2:10 left to go in the period. 4-1 Cougars with the lead.
You can see fighting the puck through traffic, doing a good job of staying in his butterfly and making a positional save.
It looked very reactionary, too. Maybe he didn't see the initial shot. He was just in the right position. Either way, right wing half boards. The faceoff was won by the Blackbirds. Backhanded pass out into the neutral zone, dumped right back in by Fiandanca for the Blackbirds. So in behind the net, pass over to the far side, gets out to the neutral zone. Thrown by Moderchek to the left wing corner. Cougars with it back, send it up ahead to Rayback, can't hold on to the puck. Moderchek with a D-to-D pass as he sends it over along the far side in front of the Cougars bench. It comes back to Lockinen.
And you see here there's 90 seconds left, and there's still no signs of Reed Simpson pulling his goalie, so I don't think he's going to even bother with it at this point.
Along the right wing, a 3-on-2 developing for the Cougars. Rayback tried to make a pass in for Hunter Schiffman, couldn't get the puck to him. Back up to the point, quick turnaround shot by Rayback, takes a funny bounce, gets to Nickerson, bottom of the right circle, into the right wing corner, two players pinning him up there. Puck comes back free for Zavain. Zavain around one, drops it back off for Rayback. Rayback back over to Zavain, who loads up, sends it low for Shipman, who shoots, whiffed on it, gets up to Zavain now, sends a shot, hit traffic in front.
Strike two.
And then that would be, if this was the NHL, a delay of game. But it'll be a face-off into the left circle with 1:01 left to go here in this third period. 4-1 Cougars.
You can see here a couple of good scoring opportunities, but for whatever reason the puck must have been moving on a little bit. They both swung and missed at him.
Yeah, you're right. I thought maybe that hit off of somebody. You're right. Again, off the heel for a player on the Cougars.
Felt like it was Nickerson. Nickerson's not going to miss too many of those, but I guarantee you he wishes he would have had that one back.
Left wing circle face-off won by the Cougars, as having it momentarily was Butera. Lost it, though, to Starovich over along the far half boards. Pass into the middle, skating into the zone. Poke check frees it up by Palermo as it goes to the left wing corner, where Palermo tried to keep it with his skate, couldn't quite do it. Gets a little bit of help from his team, but up at the point it's held in by the Blackbirds. Down to the right wing corner, it's Jones who has it on his stick, looking for a place to go, has a player right on his back, and Kropp back up top of the left circle for a shot that goes high over the net and into the up to the right point for Maynard. Maynard toes the line, sends a shot from that right point, and it ends up in behind for Palermo, who uses the glass to try and send it out. Couldn't quite do it. Comes back to Kropp. Kropp almost with the turnaround pass to break out. Now gets it right back from his team, as they have a bit of a 2-on-3 not in their favor developing. Palermo right at the center ice line on the far side, had the puck on his stick, and that does it for this game. 4-1 in favor of the Cougars. This finishes out a big win for them. They stay pace with the Dells Ducks, get a win against the team that they had just split with as well. So if you take this weekend and last weekend, 2-1 for that series over 3 games.
And I think the Cougars have to be pretty pleased with their effort tonight. A 4-1 victory. Started out a little slow, but they came on strong in the second period. A little bit of back and forth in the third period, but they were able to keep the Blackbirds at bay and had a fairly easy 4-1 victory.
I think they'll see I think they have maybe one more time with the Blackbirds. As you'll see, they'll thank their fans who are in attendance for the Cougars tonight, as they do every time when they're here or even at the Leaf Center. They always make sure to thank their fans. So we will go now down to the 3 stars.
Outstanding parents, outstanding results. Tonight, third star, who had a phenomenal work ethic tonight and strong play, number 11. Yours truly, Matt Letmansky.
A little bit hard for him to get out Letmansky for that first one.
With 1 goal, number 13, Henry Hopkins.
Walking in with one of the goals in this game, he gets that second star.
And our first star with 2 goals, number 17, Anthony Smain.
And I think no surprise who the number 1 star is when you hear that. Svein getting the number 1 star.
When you score 2 goals, most times you're going to be the number 1 star. A little disappointed that Jesse Ace didn't get rewarded with one of the stars. I thought he was fabulous tonight, had all the answers when he needed them.
Top 23 of 24 shots. We are going to go to ice level now as we go for the interview.
Guys, I am here with Jesse Hise, the winning goaltender tonight. Jesse, great game tonight first off, but I want you to quickly, what did you think about the performance?
I thought it was pretty good overall. I think our team played very well today, and they played good in front of me, helped me out.
Yeah, a couple big penalty kills that you guys had early on in the game. Do you think that gave you guys momentum that you carried forward throughout the rest of the game?
Yeah, definitely. Those penalty kills they're big when you kill them off. So.
And most importantly, there you had a few second and third chance opportunities in front of you there. When you have that going on, what's going through your head there?
You know, I try to make the first save as best I can, and then just fight off the rest of them, and just stay with it, and you know.
All right, and then going forward for the for your next games here, what do you guys think what do you think the biggest key for your team is coming up here?
Play our game. When we play our game, we're the best team in the league.
Absolutely, it's good to hear, Jesse. Thank you for the interview, and back to you guys.
Thank you very much, TJ, as TJ was there with the goalkeeper for the Chicago Cougars and Jesse Hise. And Nick, when you look at this game, started off really slow, maybe just because they hadn't had as much time on the ice as they would have before this game that they wanted, but they come out in the second and third periods and pretty much dominated. 32-24 is how it finishes up for the shots on goal in this game. I mean, when you look at it from the second period on, that's 14 shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like kind of we mentioned throughout the broadcast as well. I think the special teams made a difference in this game. The Blackbirds had a couple of chances to get back in the game in the third period, and every time the Cougars penalty kill stood tall. And there really weren't even that many great chances, to be honest with you. And whenever there were, Jesse always had the answer, as TJ just spoke to right now. So really, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it was a pretty strong performance for the Cougars. I think Brad will be happy with their effort moving forward as well.
Yeah, and TJ, I thought it was kind of a really awesome statement from Jesse Hise about they're not shy to think that they're the best team.
No, not at all. I thought that was great for him to say that. You know, that's a bold statement for a goaltender to make.
Yeah, a goaltender too, and Jesse is not one of the loudest guys on the team, but there's definitely, I think, a presence to him.
He's got that quiet confidence. And to play goaltender, all eyes are always on you. You have to be confident in yourself and as well as your teammates in front of you.
No, and goalies not necessarily are the most vocal guys in the locker room, but when they talk, most guys listen. And so when a goaltender like that makes a statement, his teammates are going to listen to that.
And they have some really big games that are going to be coming up soon as we watch some of the highlights here from this one. But we want to go and take a look at that schedule because this is where things are really starting to get interesting as we're getting down towards the end of this one as we watch some replays here, guys.
Yeah, and it just looks like this is one where nice defensive play there. It just looks like it's a simple, quick up and out, good play. Oh, and then on top of that, you could just see play keeps going on here, puck goes into the zone, and then this is the turnover where you get that last goal there.
It's like you mentioned earlier, TJ, the first guy on the forecheck is supposed to guide the opposing player into help from his teammates, and that's what happened. And the Blackbird tried to pinch it out, and he was unable to, and it led to the goal.
Yeah, and here's the upcoming schedule. We got Lewis University. They're playing at Lewis. I'm not quite sure. Is that we count that as a league game at all? Or?
That will be that's just a exhibition game.
Yeah, and then
Dell's Ducks.
But that's the big game, and I think that's why they put that on the schedule. Maybe they didn't have as much time, and they wanted to have that extra skate beforehand for that big game. When you look at it in the standings with the win here tonight, that moves the Cougars to 63 points.
Yeah, it's 63 points. That puts them on top of the division.
1 point away.
1 point. Oh, is it 1 point away?
Yeah, because 64 is where the Dells Ducks are right now.
So obviously, as we talked about, that game coming up on Friday the 15th is going to be just a giant game in the standings.
Well, that whole weekend actually is, because they play the Magicians after that, who, if I'm correct, are sitting right behind them in the standings.
Yes, and then the Magicians, who are sitting at 60 points.
Yeah, so that's a huge weekend for the Cougars.
It was like you talked about. So maybe get Lewis in there, a bit of an exhibition game, try to get your confidence up heading into those three gigantic games in the standings right in a row.
But those are the 3 games when you look at it, and maybe that's part of the reason why there's such a strong statement from Jesse Hayes, because he knows what's coming up next, these next couple games. Now, they would probably never admit to it, but TJ, Nick, you'd have to think their eyes are on those next 3 games. Those are the top teams in the league.
100%. It's hard to come into a game where you're playing a team that is sitting last in the standings and not kind of think that you're going to come in, and if you play your game, you're going to beat them. And to think ahead to your next competition, the next teams that you're playing, especially when you're playing the next 2 teams that are ahead of you and behind you in the standings. It's hard to not come in and not think that what your performance here tonight is going to do for your confidence going forward.
Now, with that being said, they still did a really good job today of coming in and taking care of business against a team that they should take care of business of. So now they can try to look forward and move on to bigger and better things.
For Illiana, for them, they were just about to get back to 500 if they would have had a win, but now they moved to 17 and 19 and 1. They're quite a bit behind the Forest Lake Lakers for that next spot, for the 5th spot, but they're definitely solidified themselves that they're a team now that you can't be easy on, especially when you saw that first period from them. They were right with the Cougars. 3 days of games in a row. Maybe just fatigue was part of the reason why it wasn't as close as it maybe could have been.
Right. They've definitely been playing better hockey lately, and it was like you mentioned. I don't know how much you can judge them off tonight considering how much rest the Cougars had coming into it and then playing their 3rd game in 3 days. But for sure, they've been playing better hockey lately.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where this is a team where you don't want to be where they're at, but since they are where they're at, they like coming into a game playing a Cougars because they think the Cougars are going to look ahead over them. You saw what happened with the Dells, them splitting with the Ducks. That's a big thing. You can go into games knowing that teams might overlook you a little bit and take you lighter for that.
And they're coming in with no pressure on their shoulders either. They can just go out and try to play hockey, and like TJ said, try to play the spoiler role.
Right, nothing to lose. One more look at the schedule here for the games. Again, big weekend coming up, 15th, 16th, 17th. First the Dells Ducks, SCV Magicians. Those are we won't have the SCV Magician games or the Dells Ducks one, so we get a little bit of time off here, but then we have a bunch of games at the Sears Center. The next one being against the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings. That's another team, guys, that's right in the thick of things in the 4th spot in this league.
Yeah, and these are teams, this is the stretch of the schedule that's going to be tough for the Cougars. You can't take any team lightly. You can't take any days off here. I would actually not be surprised if you saw a few guys get rest against Lewis just to kind of, gear them back into playing again, because that's a long weekend coming up. You're the team that now has to play 3 games in 3 days after that.
And at the same time, with the stretch run coming up, you want to be playing an important game. So this is where they want to be. They want to play in games that matter, and that's where they are.
Especially with your goaltender's confidence riding as high as he is lately.
Absolutely.
As we watch a couple of the saves he made here, this is a sequence where he made multiple saves. This is one of the biggest sequences in the game.
This could be the best. These are his best saves of the game. That is, he's made some fantastic saves. He made a lot of second and third opportunity ones, but that right there, in the time period they were in that situation, he played it perfectly.
And as you just saw, he goes post to post. He has the reactionary to be able to dive for it and jump on the puck as well. So he was on his game this evening.
Make sure to tune in Monday, just tomorrow, 2 o'clock on SportsTownChicago.com. You can listen live, and you can hear the Chicago Cougars All Access show. We'll have a couple players on, and, of course, we'll always have Brad Stofers, the head coach and general manager of the team.
Who's the host of that show, by the way?
I'm the host of that one.
Okay. I was just checking.
It's all right. It's a fun time. If you want to listen in, be sure to do that tomorrow, though. It's always fun to get these guys the reaction after they've had a day of rest and to look forward to what they have going on.
It's always nice to have them coming off a win as well.
Yeah, and the best insight you can ever get into a team is when you're talking to the players on the team. You can tell what's going on in the locker room. There's no problems going on. How does it feel to be in a winning situation? How does it feel to have Brad as your coach? All of that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, and he's not, and usually they're on the phone and he's not right next to them, so they can be honest. honest if they really need to be,
Yeah, he's probably listening, though. I'd be careful exactly what you say. You don't want to find yourself wearing a suit like we are tonight.
Yes, definitely. But it was a good game from the Cougars, a 4-1 win, a pivotal game for them before they go into this really tough stretch of games. Final thoughts, guys.
I thought they played well. I thought they came out and did what they needed to do. What we talked about, they capitalized on the fatigue of Illiana. They played special teams. When you win a special teams battle, you're going to win a game. And, of course, Jesse Hayes playing the game that he did.
Yeah, like TJ mentioned, I think with all three of our pregame keys, they kind of excelled in all three areas. So there's no complaints with how they played tonight. They took care of business, and with the confidence they have moving forward, they should be in good shape. So looking forward to big things from them.
And yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that it was just a solid game from them, other than the first period. And just, again, that's probably – you had those 2 extra days of rest. You didn't get maybe that 1 day of skating beforehand that you maybe would have wanted. So maybe that's why you start off a little bit slow. But they showed why they're one of the best teams in this league. We want to say thank you to our crew for tonight. Dr. Pete Ferreri directing everything for you. Chris Hamilton on the cameras. And obviously, thanks to Nick and TJ for being here as well. But that's going to do it here for us. A 4-1 win over the Illiana Blackbirds for the Chicago Cougars. And we'll see you next time on SportsDownChicago.com.